All right, so today I'm talking about love. Love's got love's got everything to do with it. It still does not have nothing to do with it. So I'm going to read 1 Corinthians 13, 1 through 13 is the whole chapter. This is the chapter you hear at just about every wedding, whether secular or Christian or anything in between. I feel like other religions are like, oh, we need to use the love chapter from the Bible. It's really good. It's a really good chapter. It's taken out of context, but we'll talk a bit about that, and I'll talk about love in the romantic sense, but the romantic sense. So, reading from the ESV, the 2016 and 2015 version, whichever one it is, one of those years, a decade ago. They just released the 2025 version. Go check it out. Got a nice PDF, tells you all the things that changed. All right, so starting in 1 Corinthians 13, 1. If I speak in the tongues of men and angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith, so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give away all I have, and if I deliver up my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part and prophesy in part, but when the perfect comes, the partial will pass away. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I gave up childish ways. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I have been fully known. What a beautiful verse. So now faith, hope, and love abide. These three, but the greatest of these is love. So love is the penultimate virtue and the one of the key fruit of the Spirit. So what I would challenge you, especially Christians, to do is go back through verses 4 through 7 and insert your name instead. So it would read, for my sake, it would say, Isaac is patient and kind. Isaac does not envy or boast. Isaac is not arrogant or rude. Isaac does not insist on his own way. And he's not irritable or resentful. Isaac doesn't rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Isaac bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. So if you want to see how you're doing loving others, see how well you line up with that. And that's kind of a good litmus test of, how you're loving others. So it's so imperative to know that we're loving well. Loving both our brothers and loving those outside the church. And, loving those outside the church can be speaking hard truths, especially even more so for those in the church. It's very important to speak the truth in love. Speak in love. Be, endure things and be patient and know that not everything's going to sound perfect. And the Holy Spirit will intercede for you when you need. If you ask, he's there. He's with you the whole time. But I just want to talk about, apart from that, the whole idea of this is the marriage chapter. No, it's not. The marriage chapter is Galatians or Ephesians 5. I believe it's Galatians. No, it's Ephesians 5. I had to look it up. I know it's in Galatians. I think they talk about it in both, actually. I think it's Galatians 4, because 5 is the last chapter in Galatians, and Ephesians 5. Those are the two, marriage chapters, and that's... marriage is a beautiful thing. But speaking of, marriage and dating, don't seek anything but to love each other well. Don't fall in love. I think that's what I'm titled this video. Don't fall in love. What we need to be doing is walking in love. Whether that's, with friends, whether that's with, those in the church, those outside the church, with kids, with spouses, dating relationships, anything. Be seeking other people's betterment and their best. That is how you love them. That's sacrificial love. which sacrificial love is a beautiful thing. Who would lays down his life down for a brother. It's in the Bible. My brain is not functioning right now, and I don't do scripts because I think off the cuff is more fun. But yeah, so don't fall in love, just walk in love. What we're called to do as Christians is to walk out love. And so in a dating and a relationship and a marriage, that looks like trying to outserve each other. That looks like loving each other when it's hard. It is hard sometimes to love your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. It's hard to love your kids sometimes. Sometimes you just want to string them up at their toes and tickle them until they throw up all the candy they ate for Halloween because they ate all their candy in one sitting. And you're like, you really shouldn't do that. Clearly I don't have kids yet. Or I have like 18 and I'm just not being honest with you. And I don't. Love to have kids someday, but yeah. But love is like the epitome and the full embodiment of love is Christ. Christ was the perfect image of what biblical Christ-like love looks like. Christ-like love, because it's he's like the standard. He's like the goal. And he's up here. We're down here. We might get we'll fluctuate. Sometimes we're closer. Other times we're like way down here. We're not even doing it right. It's just important to just to love like Jesus did. I think it's kind of funny. What would Jesus do? You can just look at what he did. I'll do a video on that as well. Probably, but yeah. So what I really wanted to say in this video was, look at 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7, not Philippians anything, and really just lean into those things. Become patient, kind. Don't envy your bone. Don't boast. Don't be arrogant or rude. So basically, don't be a narcissist. If you're a narcissist, well, you would never admit it to yourself. But you need help. Pardon if there's any thumping. I live in the basement. And the camera, man, I don't know. That you don't rejoice in wrongdoings, but you rejoice with the truth. You rejoice in righteousness and justice. Proper justice, not silly justice that doesn't actually pan out to be justice, and it's just, people are restructuring things. That's not justice. That you can bear all things, that you're patient, you believe all things. Now, this is kind of a weird one. You believe in people. Not that you were believing every single last thing. You're not a gullible fool. That'd be kind of silly. You hope in all things, and if your hope is coming from Christ, you will hope. And by having that love of Christ, you will hope for the best. And then, there's endure all things. So kind of bear all things and endures all things. So those kind of actually all three of those, really all those go hand in hand. But those two specifically, bear and endure. I just said endure weird. I'm sorry. But to really just lean into grace and lean into Christ's love and pour out that love on other people, even if they're persecuting you. Even, whether it's for Philippians 4:13, I talked about that recently, or in the past, I don't know how long ago it was. How that was being able to sit in any situation and go, you know what? I am content because I have Christ. And because you have the love of Christ, you can be content in him. And then you can love like he, Paul says, hey, this is how you're supposed to love. It's right there. You can't read it because my camera's, wow. But yeah, so just seek to embody love in your life every day and to worship God in every aspect of your life. Because our lives should be marked by worshiping the Lord. And that's every day. That's not just singing. Everyone's people are oh, it's just you should go sing. It's no, I'm not talking about just singing. I'm talking about it is a life of loving the Lord and just experiencing proper worship throughout every day. It is such a rewarding way to live. So yeah, pray, ask the Lord to really indwell in you and help help you to love those around you better, that they might come to know him through you. Yeah, there's, only so much we can do. So again, just read Philippians. I keep saying Philippians. First Corinthians. I'm not re-recording this. Nope, it's going on YouTube, just like this. Even with this little dialogue here, it's going to go up and it's going to be great. Read Philippians. First Corinthians. I should just go read Philippians now. First Corinthians 13:4-7. And just put your name in there, and just make sure that you're like, okay, am I being patient? Am I being kind? Oh, am I being loving? Am I enduring things, hard things? Am I, working through things in a loving way? Or am I being a cotton-headed Nina Muggins, as Elf would say? And, you want to have a proper perspective. So walk in love. Don't fall in love. For all those that are looking to be dating, looking to be married, walk out your love. Walk out love. Walk it out well. And you're going to do so much better. Your relationships are going to improve, whether it's, marriage, dating, friendships, parenting, whatever it is. Like, with your parents, with those around you, people are going to go like, man, I really appreciate that you just walk out. And you walk out, and you walk in love. And you live out a love-filled life. That's what this chapter is about. It's not about marriage specifically, but this does apply to marriage. So if you're not being patient with your spouse and kind with your spouse, and you're not envying or boasting about, envying them or boasting about yourself, you're not arrogant, you're not putting them down, you're not rude, don't be super sarcastic, don't be a put-down specialist. Come on, be better than that. You don't insist on your own way. Now, I know that it's, sometimes, you want to go out to eat in a certain place, and that's fine, but, switch it up once in a while. That you're not irritable. There's multiple verses in Proverbs about the nagging wife. Better to live on the corner of the roof than in the house with a nagging wife. A nagging wife is like a dripping faucet. I mean, you could apply this to men as well, though. Guys can be just as bad, if not worse. Yeah, we get silent, though. We get silent or we get angry, because we're guys. Rejoice in the good, the true, the pure. Philippians 4, there we go, there's Philippians 4:8. Rejoice in that stuff, and rest in that stuff. And do the same thing with Philippians 4:8. Just be like, I think about this, and this. And it's like, oh, I'm not really thinking about that. Oh, my brain has been, going off into la la land, and I don't really know what's going on. But lean into God's grace and go, you know what? I may not be perfect at this, but I'm better today than I was yesterday. And that's the beauty of it, is that you can be better today than you were yesterday. Go in peace, love, and joy. What does it say? Oh, faith, hope, and love. And just live out love. Walk in love. Walk in truth. Don't walk like the Egyptians. Walk like Jesus.